Alright, so this arena round shows off some Tiger Swordfish Octo fun. Just a really solid combo overall because the Swordfish will be able to take care of the strong tanky units on the opponent's team, and then the only thing that's going to be left is the weak stuff, which hopefully the Tiger Octo will just be able to absolutely clean up. And that's kind of the idea behind it. And of course, the Swordfish will faint, so the Tiger will move up and become Tiger Octo. And it just works out really beautifully. But to be honest, I haven't actually been playing that much Super Auto Pets. I've been kind of waiting for Pack 4 to release, which is still probably going to be like a month or so I don't know what I'm going to do until then. I feel like I said this last time as well, but really, like, you can only play a game for so long before you probably get, like, tired of it. It's kind of, I mean, you can only watch something for so long before you get tired of it. I'm sure people, like, I used to watch Northern Lion play this game all the time. I've stopped watching Northern Lion play the game. I really haven't been watching, like, anyone play the game. The only thing that's been going on is the 5v5 tournament that's kind of been keeping like some amount of hype in here. Looks like I forgot to hatching chick the Ox. Should have definitely done that. That's just, give the melon armor extra stats. It's just generally a good idea. Doesn't really matter though. Actually managed to win anyway. A lot of times your mistakes don't really go punished in this game, which I guess is nice because I make plenty of mistakes and I like winning anyway. That's great. But it's also October. It's getting kind of close to Halloween, so I've been watching some like horror movies. I do like horror movies. I mean, they're probably like the most divisive of the movie genres, right? Like either you like horror movies or you just never watch any horror movies, probably. Just decided to throw this round, it looks like. And yeah, so there's not like a ton of actually good horror movies to watch. I feel like, there's quite a few cheap ones. There's not that many that are released every year. Like the most popular franchise, I guess, is Halloween. Like Halloween Ends just came out, and I've heard that it's not a good movie, but that apparently doesn't really matter. It doesn't stop it from becoming like number one in the box office. I have seen the original Halloween and the is it like 20, oh man, I forget the year, 2017, 2018, somewhere around there, the remake of that. And I have to say, both of them are overrated. Like the original one, I think it starts off strong, and then the third act is not great. I do like the music though. I mean that intro theme to the first Halloween movie is a classic. That's like super recognizable. And also the remake I also did not really like. So overall in general, I just think Halloween is an overrated like franchise or overrated. I don't know what the other term for it, but yeah, it's just I mean there's so many other better horror movies out there, I feel like. One of the movies I did see recently was called Let Me In, which is directed by Matt Reeves, who actually directed The Batman. I actually did not know this going into the movie, but I watched it anyway, and it was not what I was expecting. It came out pretty recently, I think it was like 2010 or something, but it's about a vampires, and it's what it's really about though is like the love story between a 12-year-old and a 12-year-old vampire. That's what the movie's about, and I was not expecting that. I mean, it's still, I guess, kind of a horror movie. It's got vampires and like killing going on in it, but yeah, it wasn't bad. I wouldn't say I loved it. I don't know if that's just because my expectations like going into it were not what actually ended up happening, but it's all right. I haven't actually seen anything else by Matt Reeves. What else has he actually directed? I probably could have googled this, but yeah, the only I did watch the Batman. I think that's great. Do love that movie. Um, so yeah, maybe I'll end up checking some of the other stuff out. Depends on if it's free or not. Most of the horror movies that I'm watching are just free, and at this point, I feel like I've seen most of them anyway. Um, there's gotta be obviously there's gonna be movies I haven't seen, but I've seen all like the well-known ones. It feels like, and I mean personally, I think the best ones feel like the old ones, like The Exorcist and The Shining. I think I brought these up, but those movies are just like I think the best horror movies. There have been some recently that have come out, like It Follows is pretty good. I know a lot of people like Hereditary. I think it's a solid horror movie, but it's not like my favorite or anything. By the way, that team is ridiculously strong for turn 8, like 230 30s or something like that. Early White Tiger is also perfect because if I do happen to go like Swordfish or Octo or something, can just get the instant level 3s. Unfortunately, White Tiger's being nerfed in the upcoming patch, which, man, actually, yeah, how long has it been? It's been like at least 2 weeks and this patch hasn't come out. It's going to only give 3 experience instead of instantly making level 3. So it'll make level 1s like level 1 and a third, and level 2s to level 3. I don't know if this is gonna make it just a really bad unit. Honestly, it feels like I mean the main advantage is just going from level 1 to level 3, right? There's a lot of just instantly good abilities, like getting a skunk to level 3 instantly is really amazing. Going from like I don't know, just we'll see. I guess I'm not really sure. I feel like I immediately just lost my train of thoughts. Oh well, who needs like a coherent video anyway? Let me just talk and ramble about nothing for like whatever 8 minutes or something like that. I actually wanted this one to go longer. I've been having the problem where I recorded a few of these attempts and they just kept ending so quickly, either by losing because trying to set up this build specifically can sometimes be a problem, like trying to pivot into the right things, and sometimes just like winning on turn 12 or 13 or something is just is too disappointing. But yeah, so Tiger Octo at this point in the game should be pretty devastating because you're dealing 6 damage 3 times. So you're dealing 18 damage and you're doing that twice. So 36 damage every single shot. And also, if you happen to kill something, this just means it gets to go again. So, I mean, I had some runs that I used Skunk in here. I really should just use the White Tiger while I can before it actually gets nerfed. And Pepper almost guarantees that you get that double damage. Of course, it can be popped by Splash Attack or Mosquito or Leopard or stuff like that. But overall, a very strong build for pretty low base stats, I would say. But as you can see, the level 3 Swordfish run into the Sloth team, so that's pretty helpful. But level 3 Swordfish is pretty nice, dealing 33 damage. Give the Pepper to the Octo. It's actually not as much damage as I was hoping. That might not even kill their strongest unit. So definitely need the extra attack from this T-Rex. So every time I'm getting pretty much plus 6 attack to this guy since it's going to be level 3. So now it deals 54. That's a pretty big improvement. Run into a Vulture team and then just absolutely murder their team. So goodbye, Vulture. Thank you for existing. Just running into summon teams is really perfect. So I could go for level 3 White Tiger, but it's going to be pretty tricky since I'm trying to get the T-Rex buff here. And looks like I just skipped the T-Rex buff for level 2, because that is going to affect both the Swordfish and the Octo. Get an extra Octo shot, plus instead of dealing 16, or no, 13 is going to deal 26. No, 36? Oh, I see. I forgot the actual +5/+5 from the White Tiger. Or, yeah, +5/+5. So it actually becomes 18, and that becomes 54 and 36. And one more round of buffs, so now it deals 60 and 30. Overall, pretty solid. Should be able to kill their strongest units. You can see killed that Hippo, and then the Octo just absolutely cleans up the rest of the team. It worked absolutely beautifully. I should come up with a different adjective. It worked just incredibly beautifully. I should get like a thesaurus. Anyway, yeah, that's the run. Thanks for watching. I don't know, maybe if you have any like horror movie recommendations, you can let me know. See ya.